The most common question I get is probably when a client picks up his vehicle and they say, hey, Stephen, I want to be able to maintain my vehicle. Can you show me how to do that? And it's really difficult, even when I do maintenances, to have the time to be able to really teach someone. So in this video, I'm going to try to make it easy. I'm going to show you how to maintain your freshly ceramic coated vehicle. Once your car is coated, so this is my vehicle, this is, and the entire exterior is coated, the wheels, the windows, the body, of course. So I'm assuming that your vehicle is ceramic coated. So everything I'm going to teach here is basically if your vehicle is ceramic coated, or if you keep a wax on your vehicle every couple of weeks, or if you keep a sealant on there a couple of times out of the year, anything. You want to have something always on the paint, on the surfaces, the glass, also the wheels, also that's going to give you the hydrophobic capability and try to keep a little bit of dirt and make it easier to clean. So conventional method is going to be use the 2 buckets. You're going to have a bucket, one bucket like this, with a grit guard like I have in here, with water and soap, and then you're going to have another bucket with clean water and a grit guard or no grit guard, same thing, 2 buckets. I'm going to eliminate needing to have the clean water bucket, and I'm going to explain why. So I think that a key thing is going to have to be one bucket. You're going to have a whole bunch of soap water in here, excuse me, and then you're going to have a sponge. It's very important, this detail sponge. Now, you can get these on Rag Company, get the $30 ones. You can get the Amazon, Alibaba, AliExpress knockoffs for half that, you know, whatever. But you want to use a sponge. I think that's cool. And the reason you're doing that is because we are going to use a foam cannon with a pressure washer. So down in the description, I'm going to link the cheapest Ryobi that you can get at Home Depot, that's fine. And you're going to connect it to this foam cannon. So soap is probably the least important thing in the whole process, but I'm going to link down in the description also what soap I recommend. Please don't go out there and use anything that has wax in it or anything. pH neutral soap, that's it. Doesn't need to be special. But if the soap is in here, I'll put about this much soap and then fill it about this much more with water. Give it a little shake. That's it. Doesn't have to be, it's not complicated. Next is going to be, everything else is optional. I don't need anything else to wash this car. The paint is ceramic coated. My wheels are ceramic coated. All my windows are ceramic coated. I can do this with just soap and water and then the blower and to dry it and fine tune here and there. But I'm just going to say this is just to make it easier for you. So this is distilled water and vinegar. Why do I have distilled water and vinegar? One, this is amazing on your windows. So this is a 32 ounce. I typically like to go about 1 to 10. So, you know, if you're doing about 1 parts of vinegar, 10 parts of distilled water. So you can do the math. But anyways, I love it. It's really good on your windows, especially it's going to almost eliminate you having to ever worry about any type of water spots if you use this whenever you wash the car on your windows. And vinegar does amazing on the chrome. But yeah, this is optional. The next optional item is going to be and let me not say optional, I would say out of the 3 things that I use on a vehicle, this is the most important. Obviously, outside of the soap and water is your quick detailer. Why is that? Because I'm never honestly trying to be perfect when I wash a vehicle. I'm trying to do it as quick as possible and be efficient. I want the car to come out, you know, basically like I spent hours on it, but not take hours on it. So when I foam cannon the vehicle up and I wash it, wash it, get the water off, this is how I fine tune. I'll go and I can just mist over the vehicle while it's still moist and gently wipe. This does nothing but provides lubrication so that you don't scratch the paint. Anytime you touch the paint, if I'm touching the paint right now, even before we have washed the car, because this car is not too dirty, if I go and I just mist the quick detailer on, I can safely go with my rag and gently clean this entire area. Now it's smooth to the touch. Again, my car is ceramic coated. It's been coated for 3 years. I take care of it. So anyways, that's a side note. The last thing I would use is Untouchable. A lot of people are knowing about this product. It's amazing. It lasts a while. If you want to have a thick black look that lasts for a while, this is what I recommend. If you want something that isn't as black, then I don't recommend it, period. And again, this is optional. I can wash this entire vehicle, have my chrome shining, have my, my Ferraris looking good, and not put tire shine, which is probably what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna use any tire shine, but this is good to have if you want to have tire shine that's gonna last you a while. I almost forgot the non-acidic wheel cleaner, so I do have this in your packet, what I recommend to buy, but I'll also link in the description an alternative that may be a little cheaper, give or take, depending on when you're searching versus the Meguiar's. So how I would do it in a gallon of here, I go pretty heavy. So in a gallon of non-acidic wheel cleaner, I get about 4 gallons of it. So, 1 out of 4. So like something like this is a gallon. I'll put about this much of the non-acidic wheel cleaner and then fill the rest up with distilled water. Anytime you're mixing anything with water, always use distilled water. Don't use tap water. Don't use the hose water. We're always mixing chemicals, especially things like this, with distilled water. I do recommend also keeping some nitrile gloves on you. It's always good whenever you're putting your hand in soap or whatnot, using chemicals, period. Always make sure you're using gloves. All right, so if you purchase the pressure washer that I recommended, you're going to have your foam cannon, whatever one you find on Amazon or wherever you want, and you're going to have your soap in here. The Ryobi is going to come with this. Look, this is Ryobi. I didn't purchase this separately. This comes in the box with the pressure washer I recommend. You're going to go ahead and snap this on like so, and let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. Whenever you're washing a vehicle, you're applying no pressure. I'm not pushing down at all. Always go in overlapping strokes, and you technically do want to go from top to bottom, even though I know I'm not, but make it easy on yourself. That's also why it's important not to do this in direct sunlight, because I'm not rushing at all. I'm doing this in the shop, but even if it was in shady outside, it'll be the same thing. When you wash the vehicle, because you're not having to run around the car to make sure that you're not getting water spots, because one thing a ceramic coating will not do is prevent water spots. There is a step I skipped because I didn't realize that I wasn't recording because I didn't have the mic on here, so I didn't show it, but you do want to wash the vehicle off first. So with your pressure washer, before you do this, because you're only using the one bucket, I will go over the vehicle really quick with the pressure washer, just get any loose dirt or heavy dirt off the vehicle first. Remember, overlapping strokes is going to eliminate your chances of missing a spot. All right, so you never do this in direct sunlight, and you also don't do this when your hood is hot to the touch. I had neither one of those, so I wasn't worried about me having to chase the soap or, like I said, any type of water spots. It's important you don't have to run around the vehicle and worry about your soap dissipating and just making your life hard. All right, so now we're going to spray the non-acidic wheel cleaner, which is going to clean the wheel about almost 90% of the way. So the good thing with using a non-acidic wheel cleaner is you're not going to have to worry about this tarnishing your wheels or potentially eating through whatever finish you have on theirs. On the wheels, excuse me, like if you had an acid wheel cleaner, which is totally different, and not something that I recommend if you're someone who don't have the expertise in that. Yep, so let's go ahead and wash this off. So with this one, I'm using a 40. You don't got to go too crazy and go with a 50 or anything. You want max GPM on this. I'll show you guys a close-up of what this is supposed to look like. Look at this water behavior. and I always tell clients to invest in a blower. I use this electric one, but whatever you have is fine. Invest in a good blower because if your car is ceramic coated, again, I'm assuming your car has a fresh coat of wax on it, a sealant, or a ceramic coated. Using a blower should get off majority of the water. I did that fast. Let's see what it looks like. So even with me doing it fast, because now I'm going to do this off of camera and show you whatever, but I did it quick. But as you can see, it got 80% of all the water up. I actually did the hood on camera and forgot to record. Now what I would do is I would use, let me show you guys this. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of the car. Then I'm going to show you guys what we do about the wheels. But let me show you what I do with the quick detailing. So what I do is after I go over my vehicle, your truck, your coupe, whatever you have, I'm going to go and just mist. Just misting. Again, that quick detail is only providing lubrication. Then I'm going to get my microfiber. I want to use a good GSM one, but this is one I'm using. I'll put this in the description and gently go over the vehicle. Now if you're in a rush, I can be really specific with the blower and get almost all the water, but I just think this is a lot more efficient. You use the blower to get the majority of the water up, and then you go and clean the rest with your microfiber. Now, whenever you're touching a vehicle with anything like this, even though this has the quick detailer, has a little bit of water, you're never pushing down. You're never pushing down, because if you push down with your wipe, even though this vehicle is clean, we've washed it off, we've cleaned it, you still don't want to run the risk of introducing any type of swirl marks into the paint. So all you do is you're guiding the direction of where you're wiping. So if I'm wiping this way, I can do this with one finger. I can go back and forth with one finger. I'm applying almost no pressure. So as far as using that vinegar, I told you that's optional. I'm not going to have to use it because my windows look great. It's not necessary. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of the vehicle, then I'm going to show you guys how to do the wheels. So for most part, whenever you're doing any type of tire shine, you have two options. Whenever you apply something like Unstoppable, is you're going to spray this on, your vehicle is going to be outside or be parked even inside for a while. Then you can just spray this on and not have to do this. The reason why you want to do this, or even if I'm using like a water-based dressing, I would always want to massage it into the tire. That way you don't have to worry about sling. A lot goes a long way with this. This is almost done, and I'm probably gonna get like two more tires out of this. Then, whether I'm using something like this or even a microfiber, I can use this also without being messy. Spray a little bit on here and just massage that in. So whatever tire dressing you're using, the reason why you want to do this before you actually start cleaning the wheel is you don't want to have your whole wheel clean and then spray the tire dressing on and get it messy. There is also different tire shines where you can actually apply to your microfiber first or apply to your applicator sponge pad like this, made for this, and you could put it on here and massage it in. Whatever works for you. This is just my method. Now, because I do have these type of wheels and they're coated, I'm going to go ahead and spray my vinegar and distilled water that we spoke about earlier in the video. And now I'm just going to clean the wheel. Alright, so that's it. So now I'm going to do all the other wheels in here. Quickly go over the vehicle again, check and make sure you didn't miss anything. You know, it's the fine things. Like I see a little bit of water dripping right here. I can just go right underneath there and just clean that. But you'll go over the vehicle. You know, it's the details. It's always the details, guys. So crevices here, clean that. Obviously, when you do the inside, which I haven't done yet, I would do the door jambs, etc. Just go over the vehicle. Anything you miss, correct it. That's why you're gonna have the quick detail. All right, so let me finish this, and then we'll do a quick 360.